Alright, back again with a little bit more Dragon Age 2. So I'm going to try and make this into an entire series. Um, and they will be premiered up on Twitch, but Twitch is only going to keep these videos for I believe it's a 14-day period, so all of these will be going up to my YouTube page, which is under the same screen name, Gray Jedi 7876. I hope you follow it up there, and here we go with more Dragon Age 2. Now, this dwarf over here is going to be the first of 3 NPCs that will teach you about crafting.
What's eerie about that?
Hawk, long time no see, my friend.
What if it isn't Worthy, the dwarf with the incredibly ironic name?
I only advertise the truth. You aren't still working for Athenril, are you? Your year must be up by now.
Still trying to ferret out everyone's business, I see.
Of course. How else do you expect a dwarf to make a living? I'll tell you what. I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange it for you. Take care, Hawk. Don't get dead.
So what he sets you up for is making your own runes to add to weapons or your armor. And it starts you off with an armor rune. So that'll give you a bonus to any piece of armor you attach that rune to.
When we're done in the deep roads, I'm buying everything. Move along.
Sebastian, stop this madness. The Chantry cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the free marches to hide.
This is murder.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
Now, who you just saw, that was Sebastian, and he is part of one of the DLCs here for Dragon Age 2. And that little cutscene starts off the missions to eventually acquire him as a companion character. Here we're gonna run up these steps and head up into the Viscount's Keep. As you come up here, you're going to be going in and out here throughout the game because this is Aveline's home base.
Aveline.
Hello, Hawk.
That's it.
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you. Information is one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for Bartrand. He's a son of a bitch.
You know I don't like it when you have people watch me.
Saved me camping on your doorstep. After what we went through to get here, well, you're no child, but I take care of my friends. The places they have me patrolling, I've got time.
A person in your position seems like they might learn some profitable things.
You know better than to ask that.
One day you'll be frustrated enough to go for it.
It's like I'm sitting on my hands. There are dangerous people in this city. In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing.
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
All right, Aveline. I'll play guard for you.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there. You're acting on behalf of the Guard.
And with that little conversation, Aveline rejoins you as part of your group. We're gonna go in here, level her up real quick.
How much longer do I have to wait?
You're going to see these throughout the game right here, off to your right. And that little object will allow you to switch up your party whenever you want. So you can see Aveline's been added to it, and this is going to get bigger and bigger. And so anytime you want to change up your party, whether you want to go, you need more defense and you want to add another warrior, or you want more ranged to add another rogue or add another mage, that is how you do it. And you'll find one in every main area of the game. Alright, back to Lowtown and the second of the crafting trainers in the game.
If it isn't Hawk.
Still up to old tricks, Elegant.
Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still in Athenral's employ. Things have been going well since then?
Could be better. Could be worse.
I often feel the same way. You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Athenral. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
So she will be setting you up with crafting potions. As you can see, she sets you up with an elf root potion, which gives you a bonus to health regeneration and will take away any injuries. Now, injuries happen if you die in the game. When you start over and respawn, you'll start with an injury until you either take a potion or go to your home base at the time.
I'm a married man, Sarah. What's the point?
And this right here is Gamlen's house, which for the time being is your home base.
Well, Mother was pretty steamed when you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
I'm still their daughter, their eldest.
This right here, this writing desk, this is going to be where you can pick up additional quests, and as you can see right here, this is the direct jump to your home base, Gamlen's house. If you see this lit up right, this letter symbol right next to it lit up, that means that you have letters that you can read. Some of them will actually give you additional side quests to do.
My children have been in servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming. You mean this is real? No wonder I can't wake up. And here I thought that Ferelden you ran off with was a mage, not a jester. Your mother was supposed to marry the Comte de Lancey, and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again. That touched a nerve. What's in there that you don't want us to see? Nothing. But you won't be seeing the bloody thing. It's still locked up on the estate, and that's long out of my hands.
What daft bastard leaves that behind?
It was old news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
Who bought the estate, Gamlen? Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhards?
No one you know. Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
Maker, what a mess. I want to make things better for Mother, but some of what Gamlen says, I'm having a hard time hating him. Playing caretaker for someone else's life. Stuck in their shadow. That's no way to live.
And there it is.
Look, if you want to join the fight over who lost the most, fine. But I never lived here. Mother even gave me her old key to try and stir something. But I didn't know Grandfather. Finding his will doesn't matter to me.
You want a connection? This is where we'll find it.
The once mighty Amels? A bunch of slavers are squatting on that dusty glory.
What have you heard?
Uncle's a chatty drunk. He was up to his neck and signed everything over. That's who has the estate. Apparently, the most extensive wine cellar in Kirkwall is now a slave highway from the Undercity. That's the family legacy.
That sounds like an arrangement that needs to change.
And what if it does? We still aren't important enough to actually live in the place.
Baby steps, Cumber.
All right, brother. If the key works, we'll clear the estate from the Undercity up. I don't know if this will help, but I do feel like hitting someone.
Now, this weapon I have right here is actually a mod. And I've said before, I'm a big fan of mods for Dragon Age. This one is just for a weapon, and it actually improves every time you level. But this weapon I have right here has better damage per second than that leveling up staff, so this is the one I'm going to use for now.
Get out of my face! Your mother's bad enough. I don't need you nagging me.
Now, this area right over here is where you can do crafting on your own at home. You got potions here, runes here, and you'll have one more that'll open up for poisons once we meet the crafting trainer for that in Darktown. Now we're gonna head back this way, and we are going to head to Varric's home base, which is at the Hanged Man Pub. And this is Varric's home base. It will also be the home base for another companion character we'll acquire in a little while.
Oh, my God. Why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues. So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartrand can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
Any entrance would do, wouldn't it? Unless a dragon's sitting in it, I suppose.
We need an entrance that's close to our destination, but isn't already plundered or filled with darkspawn. Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
Sounds like you have it all planned out, Varric.
And that, Messer, is why I'm here. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talked to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work.
do anything?
Am I the next stop in your career evaluations? Joy of joys.
You watch and you talk. Is that it?
You are dismissing hallmarks of both the utterly ineffectual and the incredibly dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
It means coins flow when I talk and when I shut up. Like if you got paid to guard or unguard.
That makes no sense.
Good.
Will everyone please just step back? My mother's in labor. The baby's come early. Can anyone help? If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden? The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden? Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
Then I'll only ask very smart questions.
I do not joke, Sirrah. You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
No one's that selfless. He's probably got bodies hidden in his basement.
He's certainly grim enough. I've never seen a man carry more sorrows, but he's done only good for the Fereldans here. I suppose you can seek him out. Anders certainly hasn't turned anyone else away. Look for the lit lantern in Darktown. If you have need enough, Anders will be within. Is there any flour? We've been out for a week. The children are eating...
And as you can see, we've got no more quest markers in Lowtown. So we're going to get out of here once we do this little cutscene.
We heard you in there, asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town. And it ain't gonna happen to him.
You want him safe? Don't pick fights with other Fereldans while the Templars are after us all.
Ferelden? But your clothes. I figured you for a Kirkwaller, sorry. Maker bless the rule of our King Alistair.
Maybe I should put you to use, Varric.
So now this marker right here is the Black Emporium. It is another DLC, and what it does, it grants you the use of an extra vendor with items you're not going to find anywhere else in the game. Now you go over here. You can change how you look, you know, how you set up your character at the beginning of the game. And there's, you know, various objects you can click on in here to get your codex entries and various different types of things. Like this one's all This one's weapons, armor, accessories. And this right here is a it's to, respec all your attributes, spells, specializations, talents, all that. Which is especially helpful if you play a warrior and you start with sword and shield, but you don't like it, you want to do more damage, and you switch to two-handed weapons. Or you're playing a rogue and you start dual wielding and you change your mind and you want to become an archer. Or you're doing a mage and you just want to change up your spell tree a little bit. Sometimes I'll do it for when you get a character, you don't like how their attributes are set at the beginning. So it'll reset their attributes and you can redistribute them however you like. Now this one is for crafting materials. Kodak. And this one right here is a few free items that you can take and use.
Take what you like. No charge. No charge, that is. You hear me?
Back to Gamlen's house real quick.
So, someone dropped off a message for you. It's on the desk.
Not before he gave it a shake to see if there were coins inside.
I was worried they would fall out.
So you can see on the daytime map of Kirkwall, Darktown is the only place that actually has any quest markers for me right now. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to head this way and meet the final crafting trainer who teaches you about poisons.
Tom Wise?
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since we did that job together for Athenril. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the Deep Roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? Athenril's scarce these days. And the Coterie have their own mixers. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
So what you can learn with crafting poisons is you can make poisons to put on your weapons. Or you can also make grenades.
Break some eggs tomorrow, maybe. Good payday.
I imagine Orzammar is like this, only with beards and an overwhelming sense of superiority.
And this will be the home base for Anders, the Grey Warden Mage.
I have made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
Strange occupation for a warden. Aren't you more about taint and death, not healing and salvation?
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat. Poor Sir Pouncelot. He hated the deep roads.
I'm part of an expedition to the deep roads, and I'll pay to find an entrance.
If I wanted money, I've been going about it all wrong. You can't imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not interested. Although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me, I'll help you.
Let's be more specific. I don't do anything involving children or animals.
I have a warden map of the depths in this area, but there's a price. I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend, a mage, a prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
Oh, that's all. I might just take my chances with the Darkspawn.
If we fight the Templars, it is because they decide that anyone who befriends a mage deserves death without questioning.
Doesn't fighting them prove their point? They don't need more reasons to hunt us.
These are my terms. If you want my aid with your expedition, meet me in the Chantry tonight. I have sent word to Carl to be there. Make her willing, we will all leave free men.
Now, as you can see with this level up, you can see the specializations that will eventually open up. For Mage, you've got Spirit Healer, Blood Mage, and Force Mage, my personal favorite. You know, it deals with telekinetic abilities. Yeah, you've got one ability in there that slows down all your enemies within a certain area. Another one which pushes them all to a center point, and one that grabs them, picks them up, and slams them back to the ground. Not that hard to see why it's my favorite. Here I am going to upgrade Mind Blast and pick up a healing spell. And now we are going to take that key that Carver has and go take care of some slavers.
Not my choice.
Now, one thing I just picked up is actually this right here is an injury kit. So those injuries I spoke of before, you know, when you die in combat and then you reload the game and respawn, you'll start off with an injury. This potion here will just wipe that right out, because what the injury does is it takes away a portion of your health bar.
I'm here, right behind you. Seems to be unhealthy.
I'm gonna grab Varric real quick here because there is a trap in this room.
Everyone. Stay still and try not to make any noises.
I knew I should have slit his throat.
Now this is a locked chest. Said this is a locked chest, so what I'm going to do is have Varric open it. Unlocking, picking the lock on a chest like that does give a slight experience point gift. Alright, so we're gonna go up here and finish off this quest.
That has to be the vault. If there's anything to learn about the family, that's where it is. So this is it. Grandfather's will. Let's just take it back to Mother and be done with it.
I don't think there's any point in delaying the news.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
You should be paying us, Uncle. We found the will.
Busted!
Grandfather left everything to Mother and us. I guess he had some sense after all. See for yourself.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her. The estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
where Gamlen is left only a stipend, to be controlled by you.
Gamlen, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
I doubt you let the ashes get cold.
I took care of Father. I stayed. And on his deathbed, all he could talk about was Leandra. Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
I don't expect that, Gamlen. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make a willing. You'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Hello, Lord Carver.
We're still a long way from cowing Templars with our titles, brother.
You could slap on a smile for a few days, for her sake.
She's not interested in what I think. She wants to provide for us, and you're making sure it happens. And when we're done, I don't know, I guess we'll sit around thinking about how great we used to be. Mother didn't even want that life back until we got dumped here. And you only care because we're under Templar scrutiny.
You hating everything I do is really losing its charm.
Sure, make light. Why take anything seriously? You're the eldest. You lead by default.
I don't see you taking the reins.
When should I do that? When I'm following you around, or when I'm caring for Mother while you tame mighty Kirkwall? Besides, we both know what happens when someone leaves dear brother's protection. I'm sure Bethany would appreciate that you're keeping good humor.
Fun's fun, but you're taking this little pissing match too far.
What? You don't like someone making a joke out of everything you are?
I don't see the humor in digging up Bethany so you can hide behind her, too. Well, good talk.
Brother. I feel... I don't know. It's like Mother taking everything out on us. She was just scared. I don't have a place in the life she is trying to bring back. I'm here if you need me, but I must find my own way.
And with that little exchange, you can easily see why Carver identifies with Gamlen so much.
Did you approve my application?
I can't make you a guard, Carver.
More mages. You talk. I'm going to ask the guards about their training.
I know your face. I am Tobias. You and that man are both hawks. I remember your father. Malcolm was a good man.
My father must have left quite an impression. The letter I found was ancient.
I needn't tell his own child how special he was. As to the letter, it pained me to send news of the Templar's death.
The Templar?
He allowed your father to leave Kirkwall. Rule is not served by caging the best of us. A wise man.
Sounds like he didn't quite understand the job.
Doubt can serve the faithful, even as it vexes them. I fear this has been lost. I will send the letters I held. It seems fitting that they return to family. Such a friendship. Few like your father remain. Even fewer like the Templar. Rest well at the Maker's side, Sir Morivar Carver.
Here, I got you something.
Why?
I'm not holding you back with generosity. Just have a look.
These are by father. Are you sure they aren't meant for you? I bet another mage could get more out of them. For your service that cannot be admitted, I ask that you accept this trinket and know that I shall respect your name. Thank you, conscience of the Order, Sir Morivar Carver.
Carver?
The Templar who allowed Father to leave Kirkwall. Your namesake.
A Templar? Have we met a Templar who isn't a colossal prig?
Father must have felt he was worth honoring.
A man who let him look ahead. And a name that would always mean skill thoughtfully applied.
Seems like he thought it held some promise.
Not a link back, but how to go forward. That's what I was to him. I don't know what to say, except thank you. I'm surprised you still...
Here you're having problems with the bone pit. I can help.
Ah, finally someone comes to help me. You look a bit unseasoned, but I hope you'll do. I had to suspend operations. My workers are lost in the mines or have run off. Served me right for hiring Ferelden refugees. I sent others before, but no word. Perhaps they are putting me off. I need someone competent to figure out what is going on.
You said some of your workers are Ferelden.
Of course. Who else would be pathetic enough?
Yes, all of them. An unruly lot, to be sure.
Mind what you say about my countrymen.
I was not referring to you, of course. My workers are a particularly desperate sort. They're lucky to work for me. Few in Kirkwall will hire refugees.
I'll head there soon.
The sooner the better. Each day the mine is not running costs me more than those miners make in a year. The Bone Pit is just outside the city. Any map will show it.
Not here to sell today, guardsman. My shipment's late.
Go pick up one more quest from Hightown, and that will be from Athenril. But first, you may notice these two gentlemen dwarves right here if you played Dragon Age Origins. But we'll deal with them a little bit later.
I hope it doesn't rain.
Huh. Well, I just lost a sovereign. Didn't think you'd stoop to our kind again.
Neither did I.
Indeed. Or are you not too proud to make some coin?
Pride usually hasn't been my downfall.
Since you stormed off, we don't have anyone who can quite work your magic. If you know what I mean. I sent some men to fence a bit of cargo at the docks. Haven't seen them since. I'd pay good silver for the safe return of them, or the goods.
Consider it a deal.
Good. Go to the docks tonight. My boy Price was supposed to meet our buyers from the Carta there. Maybe you can find out what happened.
Oops, one more.
Vivian will be devastated. You there, Ferelden. I wish to speak with you. I've heard you have dealings with certain elements in the city. You can get things done on the sly, as they say.
That's a fancy way to put it.
I am a magistrate in this city, and as such, I wish to hire you for a small, albeit important, job. A man I sentenced to a life in prison has escaped custody. He's been tracked to an abandoned ruin outside the city.
A request that should have been made of the guard.
We're both intelligent people. There's something in the ruins, isn't there?
There is something, yes. There are creatures in the ruins. The guards I sent are ill-equipped to deal with such beasts.
I'll take the job.
Bring the fugitive in alive, quickly and quietly. Not only will you be well paid, you'll have the gratitude of a city magistrate. Useful for a refugee, wouldn't you agree?
Alright, now we are going to switch over to the nighttime map of Kirkwall. As you can see, it does go, there are less locations that are automatically available to you. Can't go to the Viscount's Keep at night unless there is a certain mission for it. Let's see what we have. So we are going to go finish first thing we're gonna do is finish off Anders' opening companion quest.
These streets should be safe at night. Care to help out with that?
I saw Carl go inside a few minutes ago. No Templars so far. Are you ready?
I didn't see anyone suspicious out here. Let's do this fast.
All right. I'll handle the talking. You watch for Templars. When we find Carl, just let me talk to him.
Now, as you can see, the quest marker is up here. So we're going to do a little bit of exploring off on this side first before we go tackle that quest. Now that way, if there are any items to interact or loot, we can get that taken care of before we jump into the quest.
Anders, I know you too well. I knew you would never give up.
What's wrong? Why are you talking like...
I was too rebellious, like you. The Templars knew I had to be made an example of.
No!
How else will mages ever master themselves? You'll understand, Anders. As soon as the Templars teach you to control yourself. This is the apostate.
Take another mage as you took him.
And here we...
Anders, what did you do? It's like you brought a piece of the Fade into this world. I had already forgotten what that feels like.
What did you do? Not the Fade part. The angry glowing bit.
It's like a gateway to the Fade inside you, glowing like a beacon.
I have some unique circumstances, yes. But Carl, what happened? How did they get you?
The Templars here are far more vigilant than in Ferelden. They found a letter I was writing. You cannot imagine it, Anders. All the color, all the music in the world, gone. I would gladly give up my magic. But this, I'll never be whole again. Please, kill me before I forget again. I don't know how you brought it back, but it's fading.
Carl, no. I would rather die than be tranquil. Help him. I got here too late. I'm sorry, Carl. I'm so sorry.
Now, it's fading. Why do you look at me like that?
Goodbye. We should leave before more Templars come.
Now, if you are new to the series, Tranquil is a mage who is basically...
So, let me guess.
They've had their free will taken
Tell me
away
you're an
from them.
abomination.
You're wrong. But not far wrong. This is hard to explain. When I was in Amaranthine, I met a spirit of justice who was trapped outside the Fade. We became friends, and he recognized the injustice that mages in Thedas face every day.
So, I wasn't so far off with that abomination thing.
To live outside the Fade, he needed a host. I offered to help him. We were going to work together, bring justice to every child ever ripped away from his mother to be sent to the Circle. But I guess I had too much anger. Once he was inside me, he changed.
That really didn't look like a happy, benevolent spirit from where I was standing.
The Templars will think the same. We're friends with a monster.
Since when is justice happy? Justice is righteous. Justice is hard. But my anger, when I see Templars now, things that have always outraged me, but I could never do anything about, he comes out. And he is no longer my friend, Justice. He is a force of vengeance, and he has no grasp of mercy.
Wow. Your problems make mine seem small.
Here. These are all the documents I have for this area. I can understand if you would rather me not join you personally. I cannot control my need for vengeance. I would ask no one to take on the danger of traveling with me. I will be here in my clinic if you need me.
And as you can see, with that, Anders has now officially joined your group. So he will pop up on that screen whenever you want to change your party from now on. But as I was saying, a Tranquil is a mage that was found to be too dangerous for their own good, so they make them Tranquil. Basically taking away their free will.
Get ready!
Head over to the docks, take care of those 2 quest markers there.
Never a shortage of idiots who think they can take the streets in the dark.
And right ahead up there
Getting rid of them.
is the quest we picked up for Ethenril.
I knew this would happen.
Men had me for sure. I guess the whole thing was a trap. There were no dwarves when I went to make the trade, just Coterie waiting to kill us. They got the rest of the boys. I ran. I was hoping they wouldn't find me here, but they did.
You're a bit young to be doing this.
I'm 15, but I can usually pass for a man. My mama was ripped in two by one of them big horned darkspawn. It's just me and my sisters now. Working for Ethenril's the only way to feed the girls.
Why not take what Ethenril gave you and start fresh somewhere side of Kirkwall.
What do you mean? In Lothering, there were always families willing to take in a strong lad and a few girls to help with the cooking. My father was a farmer, before the Darkspawn got him. I'd rather do that than work for a Fenrir. I'll get my sisters. Please, make sure she doesn't come after us.
At least it's not boring. Not going to happen.
You want me to do what? I don't think so.
So that chest is too high a level for Varric to pick the lock on. Alright, so we're gonna head back to Lowtown at night. And we are gonna start the quest line that allows you to acquire
I don't make my guards fight
the
gangs in
elf
Dark
companion
Forest.
Fenris,
To help.
who, like Carver, wields large two-handed weapons.
Under attack. Are you Ansel?
Ah! Sweet mother of Perth. You can't just run up on someone like that. Are you the human Fenrir told me about? The one looking for work?
Did you think I was going to attack you?
Oh, no, no. Alright. Hope not. Anyhow, my apologies, human. I haven't been on the surface very long. I keep thinking I'll fall up into that sky any minute.
Bartrand used to be like that. Got jumpy every time he stepped outside.
I'd pay to see that.
But I digress. I need some help. Rather badly, in fact. Some product of mine has been misplaced. The men who were supposed to deliver it decided not to. If you retrieve my property, I could reward you handsomely.
Just what did these men steal?
Did I say steal? I don't know if I would go that far. They seemed like perfectly reasonable smugglers. They smiled and everything. The goods are valuable, however, and illegal. And my client wants them very, very badly. You know how these Templars can be.
You're smuggling lyrium to the Templars?
Of course he is. That's just bloody great.
Shh! By the Paragons, not so loudly! Oh, my word. I'm not cut out for this. I should have taken that job sweeping stables like Mother insisted.
I don't run errands.
Duck droppings! Does nobody in this city wish to make coin? Now what will I do? If you change your...
That was the wrong button.
Tell me you've decided to help me retrieve my property after all? I'm desperate. I'm begging you.
Make it worth...
That's the button I meant to choose.
Oh, I will. Or I'll try to.
Practically a guarantee.
The gentlemen conduct their business at night in a little hovel within the alienage. If you have to kill them, then I guess it can't be avoided. But I'm sure they'll be reasonable.
Alienage is basically an area in the city where most of the elves live.
Here we go!
The alienage should not be this quiet.
The elves don't. Be an awesome job.
someone.
Anso's goods are probably in that chest. It's empty.
Waste of bloody time. Who put us up to this?
I guess we have no choice but to go back.
That's not the elf. Who is that?
It doesn't matter. We were told to kill whoever enters the house. At least it's not boring.
I don't know who you are, friend, but you made a serious mistake coming here. Lieutenant, I want everyone in the clearing, now! Captain!
Uh-oh.
Your men are dead, and your trap has failed. I suggest running back to your master while you can.
You're going nowhere, slave.
I am not a slave. I apologize. When I asked Anso to provide a distraction for the hunters, I had no idea they'd be so numerous.
Don't worry, we do this sort of thing often.
Impressive. My name is Fenris. These men were Imperial bounty hunters, seeking to recover a Magister's lost property, namely myself. They were trying to lure me into the open. Crude as their methods were, I could not face them alone. Thankfully, Anso chose wisely.
If they were really trying to recapture you, then I'm happy I helped.
I have met few in my travels who have sought anything more than personal gain. If I may ask, what was in the chest? The one they kept in the house?
It was empty.
I suppose it was too much to hope for. Even so, I had to know.
You didn't need to lie to get my help.
That remains to be seen. It's as I thought. My former master accompanied them to the city. I know you have questions, but I must confront him before he flees. I will need your help.
If it means fighting more slavers, I'll help you.
I will find a way to repay you. I swear it. The Magister is staying at a mansion in Hightown. Meet me there as soon as you can. We must enter before morning.
Can't we talk about...
Oh, for fuck's sake. Now, as I've taken care of all that little gang's people in the area, it will automatically drop a note from one of them, basically pointing out where their little home base is.
Good job in there. In fact, get rid of any other groups like that, and I'll be at the Hanged Man with some toys as reward. Courtesy of some interested friends.
I never meet anyone normal.
How can these nighttime streets be so dangerous? We should clear these idiot thugs out.
Now we fight!
And now this is a gang for the Hightown area. They're basically pretending to be the city guard. Another thing about armor, lightning will just shred it up.
just because it's dark.
No one has left the mansion, but I've heard nothing within. Daenerys may know we're here. I wouldn't put it past him.
What's the worst that could happen?
I do not fear death. That does not mean we should be reckless.
Now, as you can see down here, you can see that Fenris has been locked in, so it's mandatory that he be in your group for this. So I'm gonna grab Evelyn and Varric.
Daenerys, show yourself. We're under attack.
Now that right there was a trap that got set out the second we went through that door. So that's, you know, one thing that could happen if you don't use your rogue to disarm traps. You know, it might be that, or it might be like a bear trap style trap, or it might be spider webs, you know, locking you in place. They're, you know, they vary from place to place.
He sends spirits to do his fighting for him.
Can you hear?
So we're going to level up Evelyn, and we can also set up Fenris.
Your pets cannot stop us.
As you can tell, Fenris has a very embracing personality. As you can see, that's another trap that was set off. That one is gas, so that one is affecting me and my companions that are in the area. And oh, look, a rage demon. And now we can level up my favorite bard. Uh-oh. Inventory full. So we're just going to dump some of this trash. You know, you're barely gonna get any money for it when you go to a vendor anyways. But there are inventory upgrades that you can get in the game. If you get all, you start the game with 50 inventory spots, but if you get them all, you'll have 100 inventory spots.
I can't do that.
So it's a standard chest, so Eric's not high enough yet to take care of that.
Any longer. I assume Denarius left valuables behind. Take them if you wish. I need some air. ends. I escaped a land of dark magic, only to have it hunt me at every turn. It is a plague burned into my flesh and my soul. And now I find myself in the company of yet another mage. I saw you casting spells inside. I should have realized sooner what you really were. Tell me then, what manner of mage are you? What is it that you seek?
I'm just trying to get by.
Yet I have seen many crimes done in the name of survival.
Not all mages are alike, or I'd be the first to act.
I imagine I appear ungrateful. If so, I apologize, for nothing could be further from the truth. I did not find Denarius, but I still owe you a debt. Here is all the coin I have, as Anso promised. Should you find yourself in need of assistance, I would gladly render it.
You didn't seem all that thrilled with me a moment ago.
You are not Denarius. Whether you are anything like him remains to be seen.
I'm planning an expedition I might need help with.
Fair enough. Should you ever have need of me, I will be here. If Denarius wishes his mansion back, he is free to return and claim it. Beyond that, I am at your disposal.
Alright, I'm gonna stick Carver back in the group now. First thing I need to do is unload my inventory. Let's see, we'll go daytime. So we're gonna pick up another quest right here.
Please, can you help me? My brother.
Don't worry. Helping people and killing people are what I'm best at.
I hope there will be no call to kill anyone, Sarah. Karen was always so devout, so idealistic. He was so proud when the Templars accepted him. I pleaded with him not to join the Order, but he wouldn't listen. You hear dark rumors about the Templars and Knight Commander Meredith. And now my brother is gone.
So, you think the Templars, what? Killed and ate your brother?
Maker forbid. I don't know what happened. He just stopped writing me. I tried to see him, but Knight Commander Meredith threw me out. They won't tell me anything.
Your brother may indeed be in trouble. What can I do for you?
Perchance. In your journeys, if you find yourself in the gallows, ask the other recruits, Wilmot and Hugh, about my brother. They were Karen's closest friends in the Order. If anyone knows where he is, it's them. Maker bless you and watch after you in this endeavor.
Right, now I'm gonna go talk to Athenro for the quest that she gave us earlier.
Well, are you here to socialize, or did you bring my goods?
I made a charitable contribution to immigrant welfare.
You what? You gave my goods away to that pockmarked brat? You soft-hearted Ferelden bastard. I should have known better than to trust any of you. Don't even think about working with me again.
Whoops. Oh, I'm sure that won't come back to bite me in the ass later. It totally will, by the way. Alright, so what we're going to do now is head back to the market area, so I can sell off all this inventory. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go specifically to this one right here. Because this here is the first upgrade to your inventory. So get this, will give me 10 more inventory spots. Pull up Carver real quick. And we can get another quest right here.
What do you mean you can't help me? This is a domestic matter, sir. If your wife has chosen to leave you, there's nothing we can do. Ninette is my wife. She's legally bound to me. Bring her back. We're done here. Useless. Why are we still paying those sluggards?
You should pay someone else. Like me. I like being paid.
If you can find Ninette, I will gladly pay you. That foolish woman has caused me nothing but embarrassment. She needs to be dragged home.
The guards disagree.
They are more disagreeable than my wife. Maybe your friend is more sensible. Your family is getting suspicious. They think I might have done something to her. Even if... Well, I just want to make sure they know I didn't do it.
You don't even care if your wife's alive or dead. I'm not helping you.
So, you would leave her to die just to spite me? If you reconsider, talk to Jethan at the Blooming Rose. Yes, Ninette visited Horse. They even send her flowers. To our home! And you wonder why I hate her?
Scumbag. So I'm gonna take that one later. But for now, you're gonna head to the third area you can choose from, the free marches. So you've got one. This is a quest specific area, and so is this. This is Sundermount. This is where the elves outside of the city are. And this is the Wounded Coast. But we're going to go right here. That is the mission that you get from Aveline when you first find her in the guards' barracks.
There might be some stragglers before the main group. Nothing we can't handle.
Now this right here is one of your ingredients for crafting. You'll find them throughout all the areas. So the more, so certain items, whether they be potions, poisons, grenades, or runes, they will take a certain amount of a certain item. So if you haven't collected enough of it towards the end of the game, and there's a really good potion or something you want to craft, if you don't have enough of that certain ingredient, you're not going to be able to craft it. You'll only be able to buy that item at a vendor.
We're under attack.
We're close to the ambush, Hawk. Be ready.
Can't we talk about this?
There you are.
Well equipped for bandits, but dead is dead and the road is clear. Captain Jevon needs to know of this. Back to the barracks for your just reward.
Watch where you step.
Please keep it quiet, Sirrah. The Viscount...
Not much room in the barracks, but there's no... There's Jevon's office. Wait while I explain our initiative.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guardswoman, but I decide the patrols, not you and your whims. You may have been put up for lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear? Report to your post before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice jailed.
Well, what a charming fellow.
I don't have to like him, but he could at least listen. Bandits are dead. That's all that should matter. It's not the first time he's made me wonder like this. Something is very wrong.
This is probably a bad time to discuss my bill with him.
He'll jail you. I don't doubt that. The rest, though... Well, the duty roster will have my next patrol. Sounds like I'll have plenty of time to follow you around. Threaten my friends. Not letting that one go, Captain.
Aveline! I owe you for clearing that ambush the other night. Saved me a mess of trouble.
Brennan, that route was yours?
It was. Single patrol. I'd have been dead for sure.
A lone guard isn't much of a patrol.
Shouldn't need to be. That route was clear for weeks. First noise out of it was your big fight. The captain reassigned me after he heard what you did, and I passed the satchel to Donick for his patrol tonight.
The satchel?
Pay and order assignments. Captain has us run deliveries to the outposts during light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. The satchel for that night was heavy, though. Anyway, thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
So the satchel gets heavy the same day we discover an ambush?
You're sure you want to pursue this? This is your superior we're talking about.
If a guard has been put at risk, a good captain would want to know why. And if he's not a good captain, I want to know why.
I bet there's a perfectly reasonable lie that explains why your captain arranged this.
I'd be willing to hear it, but not while a guard may be walking into a trap. Brennan said Donick. A good man. Donick. I've got his route. A night walk in Lowtown. Let's go make sure his quiet patrol stays that way. Can't waste time, Hawk. Guardsman Donick is here somewhere. We must be getting close to the ambush.
Aveline? You're a beautiful sight.
Guardsman.
I mean, I was on patrol and they came out of nowhere. I took a few down, but there were too many at once. The captain said this route was supposed to be quiet.
The seal of the Viscount. Office details, city accounts.
Valuable to a guild of thieves.
A sacrificial delivery with one of our own. Captain Jevon will answer.
Selling out his own. Forget guard captain. This man needs to be in government.
Not now, Hawk. Jevon needs to see how justice works. This goes to the office of the Viscount. This will be known. The captain likes his thieves so much. Let's see if they will put him in prison.
Getting in.
dare you? I am guard captain. I won't be treated like this. Ferelden, bitch, this was none of your affair. I'll see you hanged, quartered. This will not stand.
We found a number of debts to suspect peoples. Such poor character. But you, Aveline Valen, have proven your loyalty and ability.
The guard deserves better than him, sir.
Indeed. The Viscount would have you put your care for the men into direct practice. You will assume the captain's job.
What?
In due time, of course. There will be training, approvals, months at least. But who better to rebuild respect than the woman who exposed embarrassment? Resolve any outstanding business, guardswoman. You will be very busy.
Alright, and with that quest finished, I'm going to call this session done. Again, my name is Grey Jedi 7876, and tune in for more of these videos. And I'll see you again soon.